Stop 2. Winstead Hill.
Hello and welcome to Winstead Hill Park. This is Thomas Flegel, author of The History Buff's Guide to the Civil War. Look northward along Columbia Pike toward downtown. You are now standing at Lieutenant General John Bell Hood's command post and the Confederate launching point for the Battle of Franklin. On the afternoon of November 30th, 1864, Hood and about 20,000 men of the Army of Tennessee stood along this extended ridge. After weeks of cold weather and hard marching, they were feeling the warmth of an Indian summer afternoon. A bright and setting sun brought mild temperatures in spite of the approaching winter. But in front of them stood 2 miles of open ground, and more than 20,000 Federals dug in along the southern edge of town. Hood had realized he had just lost the race to Nashville. Over the hill to the south is the Harrison House, currently a private residence, where Hood had his command post. General Hood held his last staff conference here before committing his army to the Battle of Franklin. Though most of his artillery and thousands of his men were still south of him on the road from Columbia, Hood believed he could not wait. Blocked by hills to his left and the Harpeth River to his right, with night fast approaching, the aggressive commander determined the only way to Nashville was to smash straight through. At 4 p.m., 30 minutes before sunset, against heavy odds, he ordered his men forward. Like Hood, nearly all of his soldiers were experienced veterans. But in many ways, the army and its commander were no longer the force they had once been. Hood was young, just 33, leading an army where the average soldier was 25 years old. But Hood had been severely wounded in the left arm at Gettysburg. At Chickamauga, Hood had lost his right leg. Exhausted, torn apart, he and his troops were also short on ammunition, food, and clothes. Getting to Nashville and its Union warehouses was not just a matter of a military objective. It was also a matter of survival. And at 4 o'clock local time, the Army of Tennessee marched down these slopes with nearly twice as many men and over twice the open ground as Pickett's charge at Gettysburg. In a rare occurrence for the Civil War, the military bands played music during the attack. Soon the warm evening air filled with the melodies of Bonnie Blue Flag, The Girl I Left Behind Me, and Dixie. Minutes later, the same still air, and the two opposing armies would be torn apart by hissing bullets and screaming artillery shells. The Battle of Franklin lasted 5 intense and deadly hours, with the loss of nearly 10,000 killed, wounded, missing, and captured. Your next stop is the assault on the Cotton Gin. Proceed north 2 miles to 1259 Columbia Pike. The location will be on your right.